I'm going to start off this week's lesson with a confession. You see, last week I had to create journal entries, specifically the revenue earned for the week. But the work you did was actually incorrect. I purposely made the revenue reporting super simple so you could understand, the financial management cycle in its glory, but it was incomplete. So this week we're going to shift gears and focus on concepts more relevant to hospitality, to hotels. The key element that was missing last week lies in two words: market segments. Let's talk about the business need. You just took the first step last week by helping me understand my financial performance by creating these journal entries to capture my revenue earned. But you see, it's not enough just to track revenue performance for today. We need to get specific here. We need to get a breakdown of revenue performance by each market segment. So, to better help you understand this, I'm going to talk to you about a huge field in hotels called revenue management. The concepts you'll learn in this video are pretty closely aligned to many corporate finance roles, so pay close attention. Alright, so first and foremost, hotels are in the business to make money. At the end of the day, a hotel is trying to maximize its revenue. So that's what revenue management is all about. How do we make the most money? What's one strategy? Well, we could, try selling our rooms to people that are willing to pay the highest price. This works in that the hotel is going to get a very high ADR. ADR stands for average daily rates. It's basically the average price that all the customers pay to stay at your hotel. So one might deduce that an ADR that is high could potentially be a good indicator of solid financial performance. So imagine this. I'm at a dinner table with a group of my hotel friends, hotel owners, and someone asks me, "Hey, what's your ADR?" Now, lucky for me, I only sell my rooms to customers that are down to pay the highest price. I only sell my rooms to ballers. So I can proudly say, "Oh yeah, not a big deal. My ADR is $1,000. I only have two guests a year, but ADR is $1,000, bro." Now, on the other hand, a hotel can sell its rooms to everyone. This can be done easily if you priced each room at $1. And it's great because while all my hotel friends are complaining about slow seasons and having no business, I can tell them, well, my parking lot, it's actually full every single night. Sure, I mean, I won't be able to pay off my labor costs and my maintenance costs and my insurance and breakfast and internet and everything else, but hey, my hotel, it's always fully booked. The occupancy, 100% every single night. Now I hope you realize that I was exaggerating to make a point because these are horrible, horrible revenue management strategies. And our old friend here wouldn't be too fond of me if I managed his hotel with either of these strategies. You see, the flaw in these strategies isn't that they're overly exaggerated. The flaw is that they're one price models. One strategy only sells rooms at $1,000. The other strategy sells it at $1. The best strategy is to use multiple price points by leveraging the price sensitivities of different market segments. The best strategy is to use multiple price points by taking advantage of different market segments. And now you see here how it ties back to our business need because the best revenue management strategy starts with understanding your market segments. You see, in hotels, there are many different types of customers. So Buddy and I, we went on a road trip to Yellowstone this past year. and we had the most brilliant idea of paying $20 instead of $200 to sleep in our car at a campsite in the park. So now, we're having fun doing fun stuff, and then 3 a.m. hits. We're about to sleep. The car turns into a refrigerator. And it didn't help that I forgot to bring a blanket. So it got so cold that I had to leave the campsite, or we had to leave the campsite. Now, luckily for us, a nearby hotel would be able to save us. In fact, they would welcome us with open arms. And it's because we would be known here as the retail transient market segments. Retail transient market segments. Now, I know that term probably just went in through one ear and out through the other, but it basically means we're the suckers that didn't book in advance and have to pay the highest price. Now, this market segment is not the same as other segments, like that traveler that always books his hotel rooms packaged with a flight, or from a church member whose organization has signed a contract with the hotel. So my point is that there are all these different types of market segments, and they have different behaviors. Some of them are down to pay higher prices than others. Suckers like me, desperate to stay at a hotel, we're more willing to pay the higher price than that cheap bastard who's on top of his game, who planned ahead and is just looking for the best discounts. And so once a hotel understands its market segments, the hotel is now able to come up with strategies to maximize its revenue, because now the end goal here is to be able to drive the strategic decisions in how we run the hotel. Now, when I say understand market segments, I don't mean to just know what they are, okay? It's more about knowing how each segment is performing, how much money is coming from each segment, and this is the important part, how well the segment is doing compared to others. Let's use an example here. Let's say we didn't make as much money as we did last year. And as I investigate, I look at my market segments and I see a trend. We were making way too much money this year from my group market segment compared to last year. We were making way too much money this year with my group market segment compared to last year. And in this example, the group market segment is driving down my revenue. And this is because the average rate for this group segment is a lot lower than the other segments. Therefore, I lose out on the revenue opportunities because I'm not selling my rooms to customers that are down to pay a higher price. I'm just filling up my rooms with these group reservation rooms. But now, again, going back to the business need, this analysis is not able to be made without an understanding of my market segments, right? If I was just having financial statements based off of the journal entries that you created for me last week, the breakdown by just the day, I'm not going to be able to use this analysis. So by this time, you should now know that a hotel needs a game plan to make the most money, and that the foundation to this game plan is an understanding of the hotel's market segments. So this now brings us to your next role in this internship, which is you're going to help the Ramada better understand its market segments. Your job is going to basically help us properly prepare the hotel's income statement, but it's an income statement that distinguishes our market segments. And now in the next video, we're going to be working with a similar Excel file that you used before the accounting data, but instead of just reporting revenue that we made for the day like you did last week, we're going to really break it down and restructure it into the market segments we care about. So in the next video, I'm going to be giving you details about what each market segment consists of, and you're actually going to use what you learned with the SUMIFS formula to help me properly categorize it. And so, this next video is isn't going to be that different from last week. You're going to be using the same formula, but this is really going to test how well you're able or how knowledgeable you are with this formula. So stay tuned.